Hey, mathematicians, are you ready to talk about page 45 in your student book? This is Wednesday's activity assignment, and it is called another double number line. Say that three times fast, would you? We're not going to use the number line strategy. Just skipping that, we're just going to use the standard algorithm or standard strategy to solve a fraction by a whole number. Okay. So we talked about last week fractions by a whole number, and we looked at ways that we could split up numbers like 24 into fourths, and then how to use what we know about the fourth to solve three-fourths or two-fourths, right? So easiest way for us to think about this is to think of 24. If we break 24 into four equal parts, how much would each part be? And if I think about it that way, I realize that all I'm doing really is dividing 24 by 4. Okay? So 24 divided by 4 will give me our fourths, um, each fourth. So what is 24 divided by 4? Well, 24 divided by 4 is 6. So 1/4 of 24, or 1/4 times 24, equals 6. Now we're going to use what we know about a fourth, which is 6, to give us 3/4. Let me show you a trick. So if I know that 1/4 is 6, well, 3/4 would be 6 plus 6 plus 6, because it's 6 times 3. So 6 times 3 is 18. And let me show you a trick for that. So when we want to find, like, let's say 3/4 of 24, or 3/4 times 24, what that's asking is us to do is simply saying we're going to divide 24 divided by 4 again, just like we did for the fourth. And then we're going to get 6, and then you just multiply the numerator to the 6, just like we did here. So 24 divided by 4, 24 divided by the denominator is 6, times the numerator is 18. And it works for 1/4 as well. 24 divided by 4 is 6. 6 times 1 is 6. Okay? All right, solve the following. 1/8 of 56, or 1/8 times 56, is the same thing, isn't it? 1/8 times 56. Well, what's 56 divided by 8? 56 divided by 8 is 7. So 1/8 of 56 is 7. So 3/8 divided by 6 would just be 56 divided by 8 is 7. And then it's 7 times the numerator, which is 3. 7 times the numerator is 21. So 7 times 3 is 21. Okay. Number 3, mark. This kind of has to do with like our trail, river trail, which some of you did, some of you did not. Sorry that was so difficult. But mark both the fraction and the distance traveled on the number line. So we're going to mark 1/4 of 24 kilometers and 3/4 of 24 kilometers. Well, if I look up at my first one, I know that 1/4 of 24 is 6, and I know that 3/4 is 18. So um, I'm just going to eyeball this, okay? So I'm going to use my benchmark fraction. So I'm going to look about the halfway point. I'm going to say it's right about there. So please make a mark at the halfway point. And we're going to call this 2/4, because 2/4 is equivalent to 1/2, right? And then half of 2/4 is 1/4. So now I can really kind of see, oh, about halfway between the 0 and the 2/4 is right here, 1/4. And the other half between 2/4 and 24 is right about here, or 3/4. So that's about each of these sections is about a fourth of the whole. Now I need to mark the kilometers that we're going. So I remember that 1/4 of 24 is the same as saying 24 divided by 4 times 1, but 24 divided by 4 is 6. And 3/4 times 24 is 24 divided by 4 is 6 times 3. And that's 18. It doesn't have the 2/4, but what do you think the 2/4 is if we're counting by sixes? 6, 18, 24. 6, 12. And we can tell that's true because 24 divided by 4 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. Okay. Number 4. Mark the fraction in the distance traveled on the number line below. So it's the same thing for number 2 that we did. So now we're dealing with eighths, though. So I'm going to go ahead and mark my benchmark. Mark that about the halfway point. Go ahead and do that. But instead of fourths, we're going to make it eighths. So we're going to mark that with 4/8. Now we're going to half 4/8. And half of 4/8 is 2/8. So 2/8 is half of 4/8. And the other way up here, between the 4, here, I'll just go ahead and mark that. 8/8 is my whole number, right? 0/8 is my starting point. So we have 0, 2, 4, 8. Think you can figure out what goes there. 2, 4, 6/8. All right. Now I'm looking at 1/8. So halfway between 0 and 2 will be your 1. So I'm going to mark my 1/8 about halfway there. Let's go ahead and do the, let's just make the whole eighth. Let's do that. So I have 0, 1, 2. So halfway between the 2 and the 4 is going to be 3/8. Halfway between the 4 and the 6 will be 5/8. And then halfway between the 6 and the 8 will be 7/8. So we could mark all of these if we wanted to, but we don't have to. So 1/8 of 56, which is this part right here. So we have everything marked. 1/8 of 56. Remember, it's 56 divided by 8 equals 7. So it's 7 kilometers. And then 3/8 of 56, just like we did up top, is the same as saying 56 divided by 8 is 7. And then times the numerator, 7 times 3 is 21. So 3/8 is 21. And basically all you're doing now is counting up from 7. So 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, and 56. So we can mark all of these points, but it's just asking for 1/8 and 3/8. Okay? All right, last one. Becky canoed 7/8 of the way down a 56-kilometer river. How many kilometers did she canoe? Well, look what we already have here. We have a 56-kilometer river, and we've already marked all of our eighths. So we were ahead of the game. So remember what I said, if we just count up by 7, or if we use our algorithm, we can find what 7/8. Everybody write this down. 7/8 of 56 is. Remember, 7/8 of means the same thing as times. So 7/8 of 56, let me write that a little better, is the same thing as saying 7/8 times 56. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write all of our sevens down now that I know that we need to do that. So I have 7, 14, 21, 28, say it with me, 35, 42, 49, 56. So I am looking right here at the 7/8. Okay. So 7/8 of 56 is 49, or 7/8 times 56 is 49. And if we used our strategy or our algorithm, what that looks like is we take our 56, the amount that we're traveling, divided by our denominator, which is 8. That gives us 7. So that's our 1/8 mark. 1/8 mark. Then we just multiply the numerator. So 7 times 7 is 49. So you divide the whole number by the denominator and then multiply it by the numerator. Okay. whole number by the denominator, multiply it by the numerator. That gives us our 49. Remember, we want to label no naked numbers. So 49 kilometers. All right, so that's page 50. No, sorry, I almost said 56 because I'm so used to saying that. That's page 45. Hopefully that was helpful. Great job, class. Now it's just Mr. Mac talking awkwardly until I can stop it. All right, bye.